Video is to walk you through the creation of a Homeroom and Learn Blackboard course. So what's different this year is that every teacher who has a Homeroom and Learn, the students are the same within both of those classes in PowerSchool. So you are going to have a Homeroom and Learn Blackboard shell that all of your students in your Homeroom and Learn can access. This is really important because sometimes teachers have students in their Learn who don't necessarily have them as a content teacher, therefore they would not be able to access the Blackboard. Or if you teach more than one content area, then you may have students that can access only one of your science content but not your writing content, or vice versa. And then where do you put your homeroom links? So this way everyone in your Homeroom and Learn can access your online Zoom and all of the content on your page. As you'll see, it has the same orientation and layout as your other courses. You'll see here under the weekly plan, there are the Homeroom monthly themes. You'll see there's a welcome page. Under course information, these are the expectations. You've seen these online, and they do include expectations for staff. So this has been edited, so it's a student-friendly version that gives them information about Homeroom and Learn and the Big Five. So these are their just student expectations that they should focus on during Homeroom and Learn. Next, you'll find your online meeting link. Within your online meeting link, you'll see your Homeroom Zoom meeting and your Homeroom daily form. So this is where it gets really great. Hopefully at some point this week, this entire Blackboard course will be copied into your Blackboard course. So all of these things that I've shown you so far will be a part of your homeroom class, and you can modify them, change as time goes by, but this way you should have only one thing that you need to do before homeroom on the first day. So even this Homeroom Zoom meeting link, right now when I log in, you'll see under personal meeting ID, it's my classroom. However, when you log in and click on that, that will have your personal meeting ID and your students will be invited to your meeting. So one thing, now that I'm on Zoom, one thing I did want to talk about was how to create that reoccurring meeting. I'm going to schedule a new meeting. Homeroom. I'm going to schedule it for the second day of school because the first day of school has that longer homeroom time. So I'm going to start it for Wednesday, September 9th. Homeroom always starts at 8 a.m. It doesn't have a 25-minute block, so I'm going to pick 30 minutes. This is a reoccurring meeting. Although daily makes sense, I don't like it to show up on the weekends. That's just my personal preference. So I'm going to pick Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And I'm going to just have it end at the end of the school year just to be safe. And I can always delete it later if we end up being in person, or when we end up being in person. So I have this passcode here. This is why we embed the Zoom into Blackboard, because when students click from Blackboard into my personal meeting room, that security code is filled with asterisks, but it is filled in for them. So we don't need to give them the passcode to our meeting room. So they don't need any of this information. One of the staff expectations is to mute students upon entry. So I am going to click this right here. I don't want to click authenticated users to join because that's going to tell me that they need to sign into Zoom. They actually don't need to. They're already authenticated when they log into Blackboard. If you want to record your meetings, that's fine. You can click that. I'm going to click Save. And you will see course meetings, all of my reoccurring homeroom classes starting every morning at 8 a.m. So next thing that I wanted to show you is the one thing that you do need to change that's different from my course, from your course. So when I copy this over, next to daily form, it will say change this daily form to be yours. So when I click on that, it brings me to my form. So what you will need to do What you'll need to do is on the teacher text site, you'll need to go to Homeroom Monthly Resources. Make a copy of this. I'm going to rename it. And then I'm going to pop this into that homeroom folder that I made, that I know I talked about making in a different video. Making that homeroom folder can be really important because it'll keep all of my data organized once I see their answers. So I have that Jack's Homeroom morning check-in attendance. Again, in order to get that link, a really important thing to note is I'm not going to right-click and click Get Shareable Link. That is going to make my students editors, and that's definitely not what I want to do. So I have to open it to share it with them. I'm going to send it to them. Click my link. Here's my link. I copied it. I can click copy. Then I'm going to come back over to here. I'm going to edit this web link. You'll see I'm going to delete the URL that's there, paste in my own, submit, and I'm done. So at this point, those are I did say one, those are the two things that you need to do to make sure that your homeroom shell is complete. Head into your Zoom meeting. Make sure you schedule that reoccurring homeroom every morning at 8 a.m. Zoom does not work like Blackboard Collaborate in that students cannot just enter your course room. I have a personal meeting room here, and I can start this meeting. However, from the student end, when they look at my Zoom, they don't see that meeting room open. Students can only enter meetings that are scheduled. So it's really important that you schedule this reoccurring homeroom meeting and you edit this daily link so that this is linked to your Google form.